Okay, let's unpack this. We're doing a deep dive into the sources around the disappearance of Phoenix Coldon, December 18th, 2011, Spanish Lake, Missouri.
Right.
She was 23, last seen leaving home, maybe 3:00 p.m., in her car, that black 98 Chevy Blazer.
Yeah.
And the mission here really is to understand this absolute split in the case, this contradiction.
It's central to everything, isn't it, that split? Because
Yeah.
on one hand, you have this incredibly disciplined young woman,
Uh-huh.
regional fencing champion, played music, very accomplished by all accounts.
Right.
But then, well, in the months leading up to her vanishing, she was living this entirely separate adult life.
A secret life.
Completely. A second apartment her parents knew nothing about, different boyfriends they didn't know, even a second phone, a burner phone, all hidden.
Wow. How do you even maintain that kind of compartmentalization? It sounds like immense pressure.
It must have been. And we know, things were coming to a head. She wasn't actually enrolled for the next college semester, which her parents probably assumed she was.
Okay.
And just days before she disappeared, she actually asked her parents about getting counseling. Said something like, she couldn't remember a time when I was happy.
That's, heavy stuff.
And this internal struggle, it kind of shows up in a couple of really strange pieces of evidence found later.
Like what?
Well, there's a selfie video on her phone, maybe, found later. She seems really distraught, reciting the Serenity Prayer. Talks about wanting to start over.
Start over. Okay. And the other piece?
A note. A really cryptic, kind of threatening note her mother found, dated December 18th, the day she vanished.
Threatening her.
It seemed to be. It said something like, we think you need to make up your mind before 2012, or else I will show you what I can do about your parents. Very ominous.
Okay, so that's the mental state, maybe? But the physical trail, the car, that took a really weird turn, didn't it?
Huge turn. Her SUV wasn't found nearby. It was like 25 minutes away.
Yeah.
Across the river in East St. Louis, Illinois. Different state, different jurisdiction.
And this is where that whole tale of two crime scenes thing comes in, right? The initial story was really different.
Completely different. Yeah, the story everyone heard at first, the one in the early media reports.
Yeah.
It suggested obvious foul play.
How so?
Engine running, key still in the ignition, driver's door hanging open. Like she was snatched right out of it.
Okay, but wait. You're saying that wasn't true?
That wasn't true. That narrative seems to have come from maybe bad information early on. The corrected truth, which came out much later after like 2018, was the opposite. The engine was off. Doors were closed. It was parked normally on the street.
So no sign of a struggle at the car itself?
Not obviously, no.
Yeah.
But that almost makes it more baffling.
Why?
Because her stuff was still inside. Her purse, her ID, her glasses.
Yeah.
Even her shoes, all just left there neatly inside this properly parked car.
Her shoes.
Yeah. So it doesn't really fit a sudden abduction scenario anymore.
Yeah.
But it also doesn't quite fit someone deliberately walking away from their life, does it? Leaving your ID, your glasses, your shoes.
No, that's very strange.
And this initial confusion, plus the location, it led to a massive failure.
How?
Well, this jurisdictional gap, St. Louis County, Missouri, where she lived, and East St. Louis, Illinois, where the car was found. Because it looked like a normally parked car in East St. Louis.
Uh-huh.
The local police there just tagged it as abandoned. They didn't know it was connected to a missing person case across the river. They just towed it.
They towed it without processing it.
Never processed as a crime scene. Just treated like any other abandoned vehicle.
Oh, that's devastating for the investigation and the family.
Heartbreaking. East St. Louis PD didn't connect the dots, didn't notify the Coldons the car was even found.
So how did they find out?
They only learned it had been recovered 2 weeks later. 2 whole weeks. A family friend just happened to spot the Blazer sitting in the impound lot.
Unbelievable. 2 weeks lost.
Exactly. And because they felt the official investigation stalled so badly, the Coldons basically had to become their own detectives.
What did they do?
Everything. They poured their life savings into searching, putting up flyers, hiring PIs. Her mother, Goldia, was personally going into really dangerous neighborhoods.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, talking to sex workers, drug dealers, anyone who might have seen something. They ended up losing their family home to foreclosure because they spent everything trying to find Phoenix.
Just tragic. The human cost is immense. So wrapping this up, what are we left with for you, the listener, to think about?
Well, these big questions remain, don't they? Does the evidence point towards a planned departure? You know, that desire to start over, escaping that hidden life.
Or does it point to foul play? Maybe connected to someone from that secret life. Well, wasn't there someone with a restraining order?
There was, yes. An acquaintance reportedly had a restraining order against him for violent behavior. But there's no concrete link. And the silence since, it's profound. No bank account activity, no social media, nothing for over a decade now.
It's like she vanished into thin air.
Which leads to the final, really tough thought here. The family, particularly Goldia, has been very vocal about feeling their case was neglected. Ignored, maybe, because Phoenix was a young black woman?
That quote is powerful.
It is. Goldia said, if Phoenix had looked like Natalie Holloway, we would not have had this problem. And whether Phoenix ran away or was harmed by someone, you have to ask. Did the system fail her right from the start, regardless of what actually happened? That initial handling of the car, it suggests it might have.